Hello, silver fans. This is T, and you're in the place to be for silver education, acquisition, and entertainment. And hey, the place to be today is the Gold Depot. Once again, the popular series continues. My interviews with Rich, the owner of the Gold Depot. Stay tuned. T. Hey, Rich, it's been a couple weeks. Good to be back with you. Thanks for coming on once again.
Yeah, no worries. Glad to be back. Why don't you guys hit that subscribe button and like?
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And the channel is growing, and you are a big part of that, my friend. People really enjoy the videos with you and the folks here at the Gold Depot.
It wouldn't be marked sterling if it's European, but then you're going to have hallmarks, European hallmarks on it.
Yeah, there are some interesting hallmarks on there.
Let me see.
Like right where my finger is.
No, European hallmarks. So you're going to have like Queen Victoria or Queen Elizabeth, and then you have the lion, and each one of those symbols will represent time frame, the period, whoever's the ruler at the time. Like modern, like 1900s, early 1900s, late 1800s, it'll say sterling on it.
Okay.
So if you're at the thrift store or out, garage sales or whatever, it'll say sterling.
Okay. All right. Take care, guys.
We're going, buddy.
All right, see ya.
My bad, I should have shut the gates, turned the light off, but I think people...
Okay, Rich. Hey, we're back recording once again. We were interrupted just a moment. It is after hours here at the Gold Depot, but you have a busy place, my friend. And a gentleman came in and he showed you what he was hoping might be sterling silver.
Yeah, it was just silver plate. But yeah, and the sterling. So like I was explaining to him, it'll say sterling on there somewhere on the, if it's a pan or if it's a plate or a spoon or a fork, it'll say sterling. The only ones that wouldn't say it would be like your European marks. So like it'll have hallmarks, like you'll have Queen Victoria or you'll have a lion, and which will date each one of those symbols dates it and clarifies it. And
I've seen other people come in and ask you if their stuff was worth any big money. And I saw a couple young men with a baggie full of coins, and they just kind of rolled them out on the counter to you. And they walked away finding out that their coins weren't really worth much. They were probably trying to take it to the vape shop next door to buy their stuff.
Probably. Probably. You get that from time to time. But
how often do that happens every day, I would imagine.
It does.
What percentage of times is what somebody's bringing in valuable, and what percentage would you say it's just not worth anything?
It's probably 20% non-valuable. 80% is.
Okay, so usually when people walk in, they have something that they're pretty confident is worth
so
something.
we'll pretty much buy. We'll buy probably 80% of the people that walk through the door that are selling something. We buy it.
Okay.
No, you'd be surprised. I mean, with the internet, a lot of people are up to date and whatnot like that.
Yeah.
It's the people that think they got $1 million penny because they go online and they see a guy asking $1 million, so they think their penny's worth $1 million, kind of thing. But and then you just have to kind of educate them and explain to them and actually pull it up on the screen and show it to them sometimes.
I will tell you this: it is interesting. When I've been in here shopping or hanging out a little bit here and there, to see the variety of stuff that comes through.
It's quite the variety.
I'm guessing no 2 days are ever the same around here.
No, they're not.
Well, hey, last video we did, which was a couple weeks ago, I panned down and I showed this enormous stack of Libertads, and I think I got the viewers drooling right off the bat, and I wound up walking away with several of those. How long did those last around here?
It lasted maybe 36 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gone.
They go fast, don't they?
Yeah.
Is that the hottest coin out there now? Would you say, as far as
I'll tell you.
interest?
I mean, everything is hot right now. Everything's on fire. Any kind of silver, just everybody's buying. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's generic, if it's premium, if it's vintage, if it's 90%, if it's collectible. They're buying it all. I mean...
So, hey, I was online today, and speaking of buying, I did make a purchase online. I bought some 2021 Libertads, the 1-ouncers.
Oh.
I'm sure I overpaid a little bit, but I wanted to make sure I
got
got some.
There you go.
Because I made the mistake of passing up some 2020s when they were available, thinking, oh, they'll be available for quite a while, and I was sorely mistaken, and so I had to scratch and claw my way to add some to my stack.
Well, good for you.
The
I'm glad to hear that you got some.
2021s, though, do you anticipate getting any?
We'll probably get some. Not quite sure on how many, but we'll probably get some. And usually when I like what I did with the 2020s is I'll keep a roll or two back and retail them, piece them out.
Yes.
And the rest I send in for grading. I know that the mintage is going to be a little bit north of last year's. I'm not sure exactly how many, but
I've heard the same thing.
I'm pretty sure there'll be more than 300,000, but I think they're still worth sending off to get them slabbed. And
yeah, I would say from year to year, the popularity has grown exponentially. So just by that alone, I think even if there is more produced, the interest is probably 5 times what it was previously or more. Who knows? Because I remember getting them for $22, $23, $25, and then they just went up from there, man. I just mentioned the demand for everything is high. Mm-hmm. Is stuff trickling in lately, or is it just slow?
No, so I have to go out and hustle and try to buy, and a lot of dealer-to-dealer networking and a lot of shows and whatnot like that. I mean, everybody's buying, nobody's selling, everybody's waiting to see where this is going. And I think I said it, 2 or 3 videos back, I don't remember when, but I mentioned that the cryptocurrency market is going to crash and the stock market will crash, and those are my beliefs. I'm not saying it could happen or whatnot, but I believe it's going to happen, and I think that's when we're really going to see the spike in gold and silver.
Yeah, and there are natural rhythms, and it goes up and it stays up for a good long while, and when it feels like going down, it goes down for whatever reason.
Manipulation.
And, it just kind of feels like we're due. We're due for a downturn.
We're way overdue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when,
whether
it be this year or next, or within the next 5 years. But it's gonna go.
Let me ask you another kind of a heavy-duty question here. I listen to financial news, and I'm hearing that China and Russia are buying gold. Do you know anything about this? Have you heard the same?
Yeah. So China's been stockpiling gold and silver for years and years and years. Russia, they haven't been openly as open as they about their gold and silver and whatnot until just recently. But I mean, those two countries, they're buying all this gold and silver up while it's low, because they're planning for the future, whether the future be a digital banking or cryptocurrency. That digital banking or cryptocurrency has to be backed by something. And what better than the world's currency of gold? Yeah.
And just to continue that conversation, I can tell you this. I did see in financial news recently that our Congress is trying to pass a bill and allocate lots of money. I'm talking billions and billions, so that we could be more independent from China. And one of my friends works at the Ford plant, across the state line. They're shut down. They've been shut down for weeks now, and it's all because of a stinking little chip that the line right now is his line is making Ford Explorers.
The assembly line.
They need this chip that only China has and that we don't, and we're at a standstill. He's at a standstill. The guy's hustling, fixing cars to make a living, and it's because we're dependent on China. And so back to what I was saying originally, that bill would put like $50 billion or billions and billions of dollars towards Americans making these same chips, so that we're not relying, and China doesn't have us by the cojones. And I don't know if China is going to take that very kindly, but I'm worried about some kind of tit for tat, back and forth, bit of a battle between us and China, a financial battle. And our dependence on China is just a scary thing. I can tell you that.
It is, and I mean, they probably, in my opinion, they probably got the most gold and silver, stockpiled in the world. So I mean, they're probably going to be the wealthiest country when all this comes about. And the fiat system. I mean, it's just it's gone. It's done.
Yeah.
I mean, our dollar is nothing. It's like, everybody that comes in, they got the saying, well, I'm trading, I'm going to give you some fake money for real money.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you how many times a day I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Here, take my fake money, give me some real money. I mean, so, and it's not just people that have been doing this for a long time. I mean, these are people that are just coming in, in the last month or two.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how the YouTubers of the world, these guys that have been sitting in their homes making videos just like this one for years, where they sounded a little bit like wackos about a couple years ago, and now what they have been saying all along is coming to fruition, and it's being noticed more and more and more by people all around the country and all around the world, heeding the message. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, silver prices. Let's talk a little bit about silver prices. It hit $28 today.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's been in a bit of a holding pattern, 27, 28, and it's just been fluctuating between those two numbers. Listen, I know you don't have a crystal ball in front of you, but do you have a suspicion as to when you think that might take off, and then we hit 30 and it kind of catapults from there? So
you see cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin, for instance, it was all the way up to 60,000, and I said it then that, it's not going to last, it's going to crash, and now we're down to 30-something thousand,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we even hit that crash yet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when things mellow out, like I said, I think the stock market's going to crash, I think crypto's going to crash, I think the housing market's going to crash, all this bailouts, all this stuff, when the U.S. dollar completely drops and everything, just the bottom falls out, unfortunately, is when you're really going to see the huge increases.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, if we can maintain a steady level of between $27 and $30 an ounce, that's ideal.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are making videos with pretty bold predictions, maybe borderline
you
ridiculous
hear it all the time,
predictions.
like $500 an ounce on silver, $1,000 or $10,000 on gold.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, I think $50 an ounce silver, $2,300 an ounce, maybe even $2,500 an ounce on gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm predicting by year's end.
Okay, so
that's my prediction. And give or take a little bit there, but I strongly believe that silver will be $40 to $50 an ounce, and gold will be $2,200 ish.
Mm-hmm. Very good, very good. Hey, we talked about the Mexican Libertads. How about the American Silver Eagles? The 2021s, the Type 2 Eagles. What have you heard about them? When am I going to be able to come in here to the Gold Depot and buy one?
Ideally, it was supposed to be the first week in July, but now they're saying it could be a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. So it just depends on how quick the mint can get them to us. I know that they're dry on silver. I know that they didn't even have the blanks to fulfill the Morgan and Peace dollar release that they did.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure. I know there's a lot of money tied up there because obviously we have to pay the mint prior to when we lock in with them. So, you know, hopefully they'll come in a lot sooner than later.
You know, what I like about you, Rich, is you're not afraid to field questions that I ask you. And I ask you all kinds of random questions. It's you know, some guys take one topic and they'll beat the heck out of it for 15, 20 minutes. I like just shooting questions, and you shoot from the hip, and you give me your honest answer. So let me switch gears again on you. It sounds like a lot of people are buying and selling on Instagram. Does that help or hurt your brick and mortar business?
I love it. I love seeing people sell on Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms. I mean, I started on social media. I mean, you know, when I was working, I was buying and selling on social media. Mm-hmm. We have customers that come in every day, several customers that sell on Facebook, Instagram, and whatnot. And, you know, we try to give everybody a deal, and hopefully they make a few bucks, and, you know, they get to offset their cost a little bit on the stuff that they like to stack and keep and whatnot. So, you know, one hand feeds the other.
Very cool. And I notice you have quite a bit of Morgan dollars in stock today, and I'm going to show a little bit of what you have on the video, but you have something in front of you there that has really captivated my interest. So I'm going to move the camera. I don't know any other real slick way of doing this other than to just kind of take the camera off the tripod and come over and see you. And I'd love for you to tell the folks here what you have. If you could, my cord doesn't reach that far. So
I had a big coin show that we did this past Sunday. Yeah, this past Sunday, and these are some of the coins that I kind of pick up.
Was that the Piatone show?
That was the Piatone show. Yep.
Okay.
So this is all Spanish silver.
Okay.
So you got a 1751 8 real pillar dollar.
Pillar dollar. Okay.
And I mean, for being that old, I mean, that thing is just really cool. You got all the details there.
Let me see the other side of that. Now there's a guy that I watch religiously named the Aloha Stacker. I think, and he watches my stuff too. I think when he sees these coins, he's really going to be drooling on his phone or however he watches.
So then you got a 1738 8 real pillar dollar.
And
this one would be like extra fine plus. I mean, it's really great detail.
What I've learned over time doing these videos is that, you know, this is a stacking channel. We talk about silver and a little bit of gold bullion. And but there's you know, all of us has a collector side.
So this is a really interesting piece. This is a 1777 8 real, but it has chop marks.
Oh yeah, Aloha. You see that, man? I learned about chop marks from Aloha Stacker. So those are some interesting ones.
And a lot of people don't know, but these Spanish 8 reals, these Spanish pillar dollars here, these were actually, this is what created dollars. This was the creation of dollars that the whole world followed, even the U.S.
Precursor to the Morgan dollar?
Precursor to the Morgan, yes. So this is actually, and it's same size and same weight, Morgans. So, but if you look at this is a colonial note, U.S. colonial.
Wow,
from,
this is the real deal.
1778. And if you see there, it'll tell you the Spanish milled dollar.
Huh. Fascinating history. You see the other side of this, and pretty plain there, more ornate on that side. And this one here.
So this was the money, the world's money back then.
Yeah.
All from Spanish.
I don't think we talked about this one yet.
That one is super beautiful. I love the toning on that. I'm a tone guy. I like color and the especially with like my dollars, my Morgans and whatnot like that.
Yeah,
I deal with a lot of toned and
it's got whatnot. That green tone to it.
So that's just a real pretty one.
Man, that is gorgeous. Yeah, definitely out of my league, but
And then here's,
These
I
are
mean,
really
you don't,
cool to see,
you don't
man.
hardly ever see any 4 reals. So there's a nice little 4 real.
Gorgeous stuff.
But yeah, if you guys got some free time on your hand, you know, get yourself a little bit of a history lesson, and you can see how the silver dollars, how the U.S. silver dollars came about, all from these.
That's something I worry a little bit about, like getting too much into that stuff, because it's so cool. It's just flat out so cool. And I think maybe in a little later stage in life, after I've gotten my stack built the way I want, I'll start adding some history like that. But I am a sucker for Morgan dollars, I can tell you that. So hey Rich, I got a question for you. Today's Thursday. I'm going to drop this video tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to edit it later tonight, and people will be watching it tomorrow, Friday, what's tomorrow, the 12th?
Tomorrow is the 11th.
Okay, so people will be watching this on Friday. Are you doing an auction on Friday night?
I will be doing an auction tomorrow night on
Okay.
our Facebook live auction group.
Okay, and so in order to get involved with the auction,
You would have to request membership.
okay,
So you'll request to join the group,
okay,
and then once you're in the group, so we go live at 7:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. So you'll be able to just kind of click on the video, and then we'll walk you through on how to bid. And
people bid in the comment section.
they bid in the comment section, and then we'll send them an invoice via messenger,
Mhm.
and then and that's usually Saturday afternoon. We'll send out invoices, pay over the weekend, and we ship out on Monday.
Okay, and so and each auction takes like 2 minutes. So you show a coin once somebody bids.
Yeah, so let's say I was putting this coin on the auction.
Mhm.
So the first person that bids,
Mhm.
we'll put it on a 2-minute clock,
Mhm.
and the last bid in before my 2 minutes is end is the winner.
Okay.
So we don't restart the clock or anything like that. It's the last bid in on my end is the winner
Got
at
it.
the end of that 2 minutes.
Now, something that throws people off that I've noticed on auctions before is that
There's a lag.
something called the lag clock.
There is a lag. So a lag is going to be, so from the time that you put in your comment to the time that I see it on my end.
Right, and everybody's internet is different around the country.
Everybody's different. So your lag could be 8 seconds, and Sharon's lag could be 25 seconds. Typically, you'll run anywhere from like a 10 to 30-second lag.
So if you say, if I'm watching the video and I say lag, and then I'll watch that clock to see how many seconds
Right.
it takes you to say
So there's an actual
lag
lag
T.
clock.
I see your
Yeah.
I see your lag call.
That way you'll know if you're 10 seconds, if you're 30 seconds, whatever that time frame is from the time that I call out your lag check.
And that'll help me as the 2 minutes is winding down. I know darn well it takes 18 seconds for you to see my bid. I better bid 20 seconds out before
because
the end.
you got some real good snipers in the trees that are just waiting. You know, they get dialed in where they know they're at a 12-second lag, and you know they know exactly when to put in that bid for it to come in on my end, that where I see it.
Yeah, some
Before that 2
of the
minutes
guys
ends.
have it honed in to a science, and but it is quite fun,
And you get deals. You get deals. I mean, you'll pick up some silver cheaper than you could buy it for. I mean, you know, because I started off pretty much what cost is on it, and you know, it might go 50 cents higher than that. It might go $5 higher. You know, so you might get some deals.
Okay, well, hey, I certainly appreciate the time, Rich. I know again you're after hours. And you know, hopefully that little plug for the auction gets a couple, 2, 3 new guys in the auction or girls in the auction that see some of the stuff that we show here and are interested in it. And either way, to all our viewers, I want to thank everybody for watching this episode, and hope you saw some neat eye candy that you liked and appreciated, learned a little bit, and gave you something to think about as well. So thanks again for watching, everybody. And by the way, if you enjoyed this video, I think you're going to really like the video that I dropped on Saturday. If you like Rich, I think you're really going to love Kelly. She's a female stacker that I was able to interview earlier this week, and she did a great job, and I think that show is going to be great too. So thanks again for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time from the Gold Depot. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey guys, you know I always like to finish my videos by showing what I picked up while here at the old Gold Depot, and it is graduation season, and so I picked up some 2021 ASCs for the graduates. I'll be attending some graduation parties in the near future, and what graduate wouldn't appreciate a nice ounce of silver with the year that they graduated on it. Thanks for watching. T.